What's up? What's up? What's up? And I'm waiting for some more people to get in the chat. Let me know if you can hear me though. What's up? What's up, y'all? What's going on? What's going on? Everybody doing good today? Excellent. The sound is good. Great, great, great. All right. That's what I'm talking about. I hope y'all been having a good weekend, getting busy wherever you at, able to work out as much as you can. Today we got an interesting topic. We're going to talk about why you should work out at home and the benefits of it. You know, eventually you don't want to be working out at home forever, nothing like that. You definitely want to be graduating. But as a stepping stone, there's a lot of key benefits to at least working out at home, because I think what we tend to forget is if you go into the gym and just start from scratch and you start just trying to put on that gym body, you may not have all the fundamentals and foundation that you probably needed had you started from working out at home first and then graduated to going to the gym, versus going to the gym directly and then trying to build those acts of discipline and things of sorts. So today we're going to talk about why you should join. I mean, not why you should join, but 10 reasons why you should train at home. And I think this one's going to be fairly quick, nothing too major. Some of the stuff you guys are probably already familiar with or you've seen before, or, you know, you'll be able to resonate with. But I'm going to give my top 10 reasons why. And yeah, let's get into it. And if you got any questions, anybody got any questions that you want me to answer later on, because I think this one might be kind of short. We'll figure it out. Every time I say it's going to be short, it ends up being like 30 minutes. So let's find out. But if you do have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat, and I'll try and get to them every time I look up. All right. All right. So top 10 reasons why you should train at home. The first reason is so that you can build a solid foundation. It's always better to build a naturally balanced body. If your body has a look already and you've set up and seen how far you can go with your in-home stuff, and you realize, like, you know, what's the maximum potential you can do with your resources available to you. Once you kind of have that understanding, that baseline, it's a lot easier to start saying, okay, now I don't have access to these things. And if I'm stuck and I want to grow, or if I want to do this next, then okay, I'll need to use the gym. But a lot of times we have a lot of the things that are in our house. You know what I mean? Like, we'll have a lot of the things, but we're trying to build a foundation on our bodies so that we have a shape. That way, when we go into the gym, we can build on the shape that we currently have, versus trying to go into the gym and just start from scratch. You see what I'm saying? So keep that in mind. It's always better to build a solid foundation, you know, in the house and with what you have available to you, and with body weight exercises and, you know, things of that such. So it's one of those things where it's going to be a lot easier for when you actually do go to the gym, because you'll already be strong. You already know how to do your planks, and you'll already have natural strength, so that when it's actually time to start touching weights, now you can just put on muscle, versus trying to build the other stuff and then trying to build muscle. You see what I'm saying? So keep that in mind. Being at home is always the best way to start. All right. Second thing, and this isn't just about working out, but it's a lot easier to eat clean, because if you're working out from home, immediately after you finish doing your exercises, you can get up and go to the refrigerator and have your meal. You know what I'm saying? Or you can get up and just, you know, go to the kitchen or go grab your snack as you need it when you're working out. So keep that in mind. Like, you know, it's always better to have that access right there, because when you're in the gym, yeah, you can't stop and eat, or you can't stop and feed yourself. And the best thing to do when you're trying to put on size, or if you're trying just to, you know, lose weight and stuff like that, it is to eat more often during the day. A lot of times people gain weight because they only eat once a day, or they only eat, you know, twice a day, and then their body is holding on to that food for so long. But when you're in home and you're working out, you can, now kind of split up certain meals, because you know that, okay, maybe you had your breakfast and you weren't working out, you was at home, or you did your fasted cardio, and now immediately after you can eat before you go. So now your day has started because you finished your fasted cardio at home. Now you can do your workouts or whatever it is, but you can fuel those muscles a lot faster than you can if you're in the gym and you just finished working out, and now you got to go drive home, you got to sit in the car, you got to cook when you get there, something might come up, all these other things. You see what I'm saying? So, and that kind of slows down your progress too, as well as having the access to your supplements, because you don't want to just be, in the gym and no food on your stomach and taking a bunch of supplements with nothing in there, because the supplements need a food to stick to also. So it's real cool when you build the foundation of what you have available to you, because you can then eat your food, take your supplements right away, and that was right after your workout, and now you just fueled your muscles from your previous workout. You know what I mean? So keep that in mind too. It's always going to be a benefit. It's easier to eat your foods, have your foods on time, and to eat clean too, because a lot of times when you're out on the go, or if you're in the gym, you may realize, on that ride home, listen, on that ride home, you know what I'm saying, you pass it all those places on the side, and you like, you know what, let me go pull over right here, let me go stop right here, let me go grab such and such right over here, and that can deter you as well. So, yes, it can be a good thing. There are pros to having your gym membership and go to the gym, but there can also be some cons too. So just keep that in mind. All right. The third thing is you have to actually be disciplined enough to do the work. You know what I'm saying? When you're at home, you don't have any excuses. You really can sit there and really grind and get busy, because there's nobody distracting you. Like, yes, you may have kids in the house. Yes, you may have, some other stuff in the house, or something going on, or your job, or whatever like that. But when you're able to tunnel out everybody else and just say, okay, I'm gonna go do my thing, right now. A lot of times an efficient workout, and we realize this too, when you go to the gym, if you're in there, you might be doing your workout, but it's really not a lot of workout. It's really not a lot of quality time invested into the workout. You may really only work out for a total of maybe 20 minutes, but you were taking a lot of rest. You know what I'm saying? You were taking a lot of breaks. You were walking, talking to somebody, just, it takes you time to get from one piece of equipment to the next one. You might have to wait on something. So when you're in the house, and you're doing your 5 sets of 10 or 6 sets or whatever, you don't have nobody to, you don't have nobody to mess with you. There's nobody coming up, chopping it up with you. There's nobody to, to distract you. You don't have to go wipe the equipment down first. You don't have to wait on a machine, install and do cardio for longer first. You don't have to do that type of stuff. So when you're in home, you get a chance to really be disciplined and get your work done and invest more time into just doing the activity itself. And so a lot of times what I feel like is that people forget that if you do the correct exercises, you can still get the results. It doesn't matter if you're in the gym or whatever like that. If you're doing the correct exercises, you can still get your desired results. You don't need heavy weights. You don't need all this other stuff. You can get desired results. Once it's time to start putting on, sculpting like that muscular physique, yeah, then you need the weights. But until you even build that foundation, that baseline, no, there's certain things you can do in the house, and that'll keep you a lot more disciplined. That way, when you go to the gym or the days that you miss the gym, you'll still be comfortable enough to be like, okay, I missed it. I'm not going to fall off because I'm going to just do my house workout, or I'll just do X, Y, and Z. So when you build that foundation, it makes it better for you, so that, even if you go, like for me, when I was working before on the road, I was traveling a lot. And so I would go to different gyms or try and get it in what I could, or I would be in hotels for 3 weeks at a time or something like that. You know what I mean? Sometimes I'd be in the area where there was no LA Fitness, and I just had to have my weights with me in my truck. And so because of that, it made me still stay on my discipline, because I knew what to do. I knew what I needed in the meantime until I was able to get back into the gym. And I never really lost my shape, like even during those crazy summers, and even when I tore my bicep, I never really lost my shape. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never really fell off because I was still able to do stuff in the house when I couldn't go to the gym. So keep that in mind. All right. Now, the fourth thing is it forces you to be creative and utilize your resources. I kind of mentioned this in the third thing, but it does force you to be creative, because what happens is when we go to the gym, I think a lot of times we get comfortable in what's available there to us. And so it may be easy to just go grab an incline chest machine, incline chest press, decline chest, shoulder press, this, that, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's all these different things. And it's like, okay, I wonder if we're all doing the same exact exercises, that means our body's going to look the same exact way. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you'll build, but essentially we're going to have a similar look. I get it. And you get that a lot of times. And the reason I can say that is because a lot of times, like when women train, you can tell if they all train with one particular trainer or one style, because that person will kind of build a system to make women or their clients of women look the way they want them to look. You know what I'm saying? And so the thing is, like, if you have more of a diverse training style and you're doing stuff in house and you're doing stuff to be creative and you have to hit different areas of your body, it allows you to be more creative, and you'll be able to pull those exercises in with you when you do go to the gym later on. And so creativity is the key about looking different. I was talking to my man earlier. He called me about getting ready to do a show, and I told him I was going to shout him out on this video. But I mentioned to him, okay, when you're getting ready to do the show, depending on where you're competing at, certain areas of your body, they're going to be, looking at a lot more, like his lats. And I told him, listen, your lats are going to need to grow, and there's certain things you're going to do, to grow your lats so that they look good on stage if you're doing men's physique, because that's the way it is. Now, he has great arms, but for men's physique, you don't get a chance to really showcase your arms. You're going to stand still, the arm's going to be here, and it's this. If Buddy flexes, it's but you'll never know. You know what I'm saying? So there's certain things you got to do to be creative, to be able to enhance the physique that you already have. And I was breaking down to him that, some things you can do is working on your traps, to make those shoulders really stand out. Work on having those wide shoulder caps, work on having those lats. And that's stuff that you don't need the gym to do. You can do those things in the house. You see what I'm saying? And you can double down on them in the house. If you go to the gym and you do whatever your regular routine is, that's fine. But when you come back home, sometimes it's time to double down on that thing you missed. Like for me, I'm not really comfortable with the size of my arms. You know what I'm saying? So what I would do is, okay, I got my gym stuff, but when I come back to the house, I might still do an extra arm day at the crib, or do 2 more arm days at the house before I even go back to the gym. And so now I'm catching up. You see what I'm saying? Or I'll do a leg day at home and then do a leg day at the gym as well. But because I'm creative enough to know what I need to do in the house, I'll say, okay, these are my house leg workouts, and they're going to do these parts. And then this is my gym leg workout, and I'm going to hit these areas of my legs. So keep that in mind. And once you start building more creativity in your body, you'll notice that you'll stand out from looking like everybody else. And like I told you guys before, that's the key. You know what I'm saying? You just don't want to look alike. As long as you can look better than somebody else, you win it. And you definitely can look better than somebody, than the person next to you from working out at home. You don't have to have the gym, right? And the other thing is, it forces you to buy specific equipment. And here's what I've learned from working out at home. And I didn't write any notes on this, but what I did learn was that when I started realizing that I needed to work out to maintain or to keep a certain shape, and I knew that I wasn't going to have the gym, I started investing in equipment that I knew was like efficient. You see what I'm saying? Versus going to the gym and doing a whole bunch of stuff. I have the stuff here that's efficient. So and it forces me to go back to certain old school, mentalities and old school methods where I'm doing I got some 40 pounders, I got some 25 pounders, you know what I'm saying? I got I think a 60 pound or 80 pound kettlebell. And so I got some old Olympic bar type of things, just different little stuff that I got around the crib. And what I'm able to do is, have the equipment for specific purposes. I have my pull-up rings. I can do pull-ups. Okay, that's set. We already know how I feel about pull-ups. I got things for my biceps. I got things for my legs. I got a sissy squat, right? I got a sissy squat machine that I bought off of Amazon. That helps my quads grow. It makes my quads get sore, and I needed that. So now what I do is I can just beat down on that as much as possible. So when I go back to the gym, whenever it is that I feel like going back in there, I'm going to realize that, okay, if I was able to do it and get to my goal in the house, imagine what I can do when I go in the gym. You see what I'm saying? And sometimes what you'll do is realize that certain gyms aren't even as prepared for you as you could be for them. Like, I don't know if you guys have been to a lot of different gyms, but sometimes you'll travel around and go to different places. And sometimes like a gym, it'll be like, oh my gosh, I never even seen this. They got a tibialis anterior machine, or they got a standing hamstring curl, or they got a this or that. And it's like, wow, this is like a kid in a candy store, because that's stuff that would be like super efficient and you can't have it in the house. But there's other gyms you go to and they don't have nothing. And it's like, man, what am I supposed to do in here? You know what I mean? Like, and so those days you got to get creative anyway. So if you're going to get creative anyway like that, you might as well do it at home when nobody's watching. You see what I'm saying? So keep that in mind. All right. The fifth thing, working out at home helps you to not solely focus on strength. And this is another thing that I think we'll all fall victim to. We all get comfortable in that, 3-4 sets of 8, you know what I'm saying? 6 sets of 10, whatever it is. Like, we'll get comfortable in that. And a lot of times we may not even be making progress in the physique, in the look of it, but we'll be making progress in our strength. And so we'll be getting stronger because we got that heavy weight available to us. And so you know how it is. If you see that heavy weight, you're gonna be like, all right, let's see how heavy I can get today. You might have your man with you, he might call you out. So now you got to show him you ain't no sucker. And now you lifting heavy weights, and really what you might have needed was like plyometrics that day. You know what I'm saying? Which you could have been doing at home, or maybe you probably need to be focusing on more cardio, but you're not. So there's all these different things that it's like, when you go to the gym, it can almost be a distraction if you're not really conscious on where you are with your physique at the same time. So, keep that in mind, man. It makes you, being at home makes you do different things. Now you can do burpees and planks and, mountain climbers, things that you may have needed. Like, I know for me, when I was getting ready for my shows, I never worked my abs in the gym. I saved that like for private time. You know what I'm saying? I'll get home, I had my little ab routine, and I stuck to my ab routine. I did my abs, my obliques, my lower back. That was that. And I did that maybe once or twice a week. But when I went to the gym, I wasn't in there doing that. You see what I'm saying? I was in there focusing on doing the things that I needed to do for the gym. So, keep that in mind. All right. Number 6, you can also focus on your balance. And balance is one of those things that I feel like we tend to miss out a lot on. And not just balance in like the way your physique is structured, but balance in the extent of our bodies still need to have some type of balance when we're doing and performing exercises. For example, like doing single leg stuff, or like, how we do maybe like a single arm row or something like that, or single arm, whatever. A lot of times it's good to do those things when you're either standing up versus sitting down. Like in the gym, we'll sit down and then do our shoulder presses. But instead, if you're at home, it'll be a lot easier to stand up because you don't have that bench to sit on. Or you can practice balancing on one leg, or do like what I've been doing here is I do standing single leg deadlifts, and my balance is trash. And so I'll have to hold on to a rail and I'll bend down and come back up as I'm doing my deadlifts. But it's cool because I'm at home. So I'm not looking crazy in front of, 1,000 people falling over and stuff like that. I could fall over in my own house, so keep that in mind. You get a chance to focus on things like that, like balance. And if you have a Bosu ball or whatever, you can do those things too. The 7th thing is flexibility. You can focus on flexibility in your stretching as well. And that's a thing that we all tend to miss out a lot on. Again, now going back to my friend, I was telling him about his lats. And I said, with your lats, in order to make them things grow, if you want them to really catch up, is you got to stretch your lats out. And that's doing a lot of exercises where you're pulling here and really getting your lats to just, expand here. Same thing for your triceps. A lot of time you got to pull back and really hit your triceps for them to stretch out. So I'm breaking that down to him. And yeah, you can do that in the gym too. But if you're at home and you got some type of pull-up thing, you can really break that down. I got some friends that'll work out and they'll do their pull-ups in the morning, or they'll do their pull-ups at night. But it's a lot easier to do your 10 sets, take a minute or two break, take your time, stretch out, get your muscles nice and relaxed, and then get back in there. If you do that in the gym, it's crunch time. You see what I'm saying? So you get put in the mindset of, I got to hurry up. Let me go do my weight. Let me go do this. I don't really have time to stretch. I'll stretch later on when I get home. But you never do. See what I'm saying? I never do. So maybe you do. Maybe you're some type of discipline master, but I won't. You see what I'm saying? So my thing is, if you have it designed for having it at home, then you may be more inclined to do it. And I thought this wasn't going to go long, but we good though. All right. Get this. I got 3 more. Okay. The 8th thing is you can also work on your muscle endurance and your plyometrics. Okay. So again, last time we talked, I told you guys that it's always great to have an activity as well. But if you don't have activity, you can always do plyometrics. You can always do, other things around the house, jumping jacks, or, your burpees, or just something that can keep you conditioned to keep your body all moving, like actually moving the way it's supposed to be moving. You know what I mean? Like jumping, or some type of exercise where you're doing something where the body is capable of doing that. Like you still want to add those in, some squat jumps or something like that, or But if you do go outside and you ride your bike or you play, play basketball, something like that, and you probably don't need it. But for somebody who's only just a gym guy and you don't do nothing else, it's perfect to add that into your resume for when you're working out, because now your body gets a chance to be actually active as well as, training for lifting. All right. Number 9 is that you have nobody to impress. And that's another thing. That's your ego is gone. So if you're at home, yeah, you can get distracted with other stuff, granted. But you don't have anybody to impress. You don't have anybody over your shoulder. You don't got anybody breathing in your ear telling you what they think and messing with your mind about what it is that you actually have. You got your own personal goal that you're trying to achieve. You see what I'm saying? And so you don't have anybody kind of like, oh, you look good, but you don't look this, or you need this, or them standing next to you, and now you comparing yourself to them. I haven't seen another dude, I don't even know what anybody looks like anymore. Like it's that bad to me. Like I haven't even been in the gym to be able to be like, I wonder if, does he look better than me? Do I look better than him? Does this, that? Like I don't even compare anymore. I've gotten to the point now where it's just like, man, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure when I get back in there, it might give me that hunger again, because I'm like that. I'll create a competition in my head about somebody, especially somebody who I think might have something on me. I'll look at him like, pick him apart. Like, I could do better than that, or I can get this, you know what I'm saying? So it'll be cool for me. But at the same time, like if I'm in one of those areas in my life where I know I need a lot of work, it can be kind of like, it can be hurtful to see somebody who's that far ahead of you, and now you're comparing yourself to them. You see what I'm saying? So you tend to compare yourself a lot to others if they're right in your presence in the gym. So if you're not in the gym and they're not right in your presence, it's a lot easier to just focus on yourself and mind your own business. And that's one of the biggest keys ever, just to mind your own business, focus on yourself, because at the end of the day, you're only gonna look like what you're gonna look like anyway. You see what I'm saying? And it's better just to do all the right things. And most people don't do all the right things, so you'll never really actually know what you can actually look like. So, but hopefully if you're watching this channel, you can do it. All right. So be careful, don't be a bum. Go ahead and tap in, like max out on what you can do. All right. And then number 10, again, it's just a recap of earlier. It takes less time. You can actually get more work done. If you're at home and you just focus on those couple things, you can focus on just getting the work done and just achieving the things that you need to do for your body, versus going to the gym and getting distracted by other stuff, or walking to the bathroom, or having to, like the time it takes to drive to the gym, time it takes to check in, go work out, go to the bathroom. Somebody gonna talk to you for sure. You're gonna come back out to the hallway. You got to find the equipment. You got to do your cardio now. You got to wipe it down. You done spent an hour just trying to get over there. You see what I'm saying? Like you could have been done at the house already. So it's like, a lot of times we'll be like, oh, well, I can't work out because I don't have time for the gym. You really don't need to go to the gym anyway. The gym is more of just a reason to not get in shape. Like if you can't get in shape at the house, you shouldn't even be going to the gym. Yo, I promise you, like for all you dudes who are young, who are watching this, I'm gonna just tell you how it was. When I was in high school, I had an easy bar. I had a 25-pound plate, a 25-pound plate, a 10 and a 10. I bought it from Walmart, and I had a fold-up chair, and I kept it in my room. And all I did in high school, hit that easy bar, shoulder presses. I did bent over rows all day. I did push-ups, not with the easy bar, but I did push-ups with the perfect push-ups. I put them on my back. I did squats in my room, and I think I might have did like maybe bench presses. Maybe I would have laid flat on the floor and just did benching. That was my workout, and curls and overhead presses. So my whole high school years, I was doing the same 5 exercises with with a piece of equipment. You see what I'm saying? And that was my thing. I also played basketball and I was outside a lot, but for me though, that was my workout. I wasn't big on trying to lift heavy and all this other stuff, because I was always under the impression when I was younger that if you lifted heavy too young, that you would stunt your growth. And I saw that hands-on when I moved in and went to this one high school. Like everybody in the whole state was like swole, but they was tiny. And I was like, yo, what is going on? You know what I'm saying? So I was like, let me not touch no weights, because y'all know something that I don't know. So let me stay away from that. But anyway, that's my story. I'm gonna look through these comments and see. Bob Parker, what's up, my guy? Looks like you got a question here. Let me see. 2 months into working out at home before getting back in the gym yourself after being really out of shape. That's what you need, man. That's what you need. Sean, amazing. I bought the mirror and just started sitting there collecting dust. You bought listen, don't let it sit there and collect dust. Here's the thing about me, and this is why sometimes, like when I put these videos together, it's hard for me to sometimes actually identify with everybody. And I got to remember, like, okay, you're not the same as everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I tell myself I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. It's no like, maybe I might not, or I don't feel like it today. Like, I'm going to do my job. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to look at it and understand where you're coming from, because I'm not like that. You feel me? But I get it though. If you have that mirror and it's not enough, you might need to listen. I'm gonna tell you what I did yesterday. So I dropped down in my weight and I'm down to 194. And my goal was to be like 205, right? And I know what I need to do. Like I know I need to, if I just ate an extra can of tuna and had an extra thing of oatmeal every day, I probably would be all right. I probably get to 205 fairly quick. But I'm lazy with it though. I don't like eating. So what I did, I put my scale right in front of my refrigerator. I promise on everything. My scale right now is in front of my refrigerator. So whenever I go to the refrigerator, or whatever, I'm in the kitchen, I see the scale and I'm getting on it. You know what I'm saying? So you might need to put your mirror in front of your refrigerator or something. You know what I'm saying? Like put it on the back of your front door. I don't know. Like put it in front of the room you go into. But whatever it takes to smack it in your face that you need to get busy, do whatever it takes. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see, it took me something, so now I got to do it. You know, timing is the thing that we'll all get onto eventually. If you never get around to doing it, then okay, whatever. That's a problem. Me, I might be a procrastinator, but eventually I'm gonna get it done. All right. Let me see. Gerald Dramer, you said, how many days and hours do I recommend waiting before weightlifting workouts or calisthenic workouts after receiving a second dose of a vaccine? Oh, I don't know, man. I don't know about vaccines. I'm not vaccinated right now, so I don't even have an idea about how that stuff works. But I'll probably say you can grunt and complain all you want when you're struggling. No judgment. That's right. And you can do faster and intense workout at home without downtime. That's right. Without machines. Would you say, Mr. Herberward, I'm more concerned with body composition than weight loss. I have no equipment at home, so all I can do is push-ups, dips, jumping jacks, steps, and pull-ups. That's all you need. That's all you need. You don't need nothing else. Now, granted, if you don't have any equipment at home, that's a you problem, because the perfect push-ups don't cost nothing but like $10 online. So that's a you problem. Like you can get a pull-up bar for $15 at Walmart. Like that's a you problem. You see what I'm saying? So if somebody's not doing those things, then yeah, like weights, you can go to the pawn shop and find something. You know what I'm saying? Like you can go get some stuff from Goodwill. So like even for me, I'll listen, I'm not fancy. If it does the job, it does the job. Like go on Facebook Marketplace, find some equipment that somebody's not using. You should see my little nasty, janky, I got a little janky stair stepper. Y'all might have seen it in some of my old videos from when I was in my basement in my house. Like my little stair stepper, I paid $5 for that junk. I had my man come to my house and he was getting ready to throw it in the garbage because he was trashing somebody's house. And it's a little stair stepper that it has the hydraulics in it. It must be from like the 80s or 90s or something, sometime before I was even into working out. And I bought it off of him, and that's been my cardio equipment ever since. So I do my cardio at home. You know what I mean? But all you got to do is just buy your things, find stuff that works for you, for what you're trying to do with your body. That way you can compose your body the way you want to. If you're a woman watching this, just focus on losing your waist. That's it. That'll pull everything together. For a guy, if you're trying to get in shape right now, you need a visual understanding of where you're going. Focus on your waist. That'll be a good metric to if you're making progress or not. You know what I'm saying? Don't focus on the arms and the shoulders and the chest, because that stuff is going to come anyway. Focus on getting that waist down. You know what I'm saying? If you're into body composition starts in the middle and then everything else. We can get legs and back and shoulders and all this stuff later on. Get that fat off the middle of your midsection that's surrounding all those major organs, and then everything will start moving the way it's supposed to. You see what I'm saying? Everything will start looking the way it's supposed to also, because the goal is to look better, not necessarily to, have 6% body fat and nothing like that. All right. Anyway, dumbbells with your first gear purchase. There you go. And what you say, you can lift rocks or get a box of duct tape so it can support more weight and bricks outside. Use a rope for a handle and then use it for all kinds of exercise. You can do anything. Just get creative. You can do anything. Go to the park. You know what I'm saying? Like you really can literally do anything. And you guys, a lot of times what you'll realize is when you go to the gym, if you get a personal trainer, that personal trainer is probably going to have you doing some weird, crazy stuff that you should have been doing at home anyway. So it's like, or when they're teaching a large class, everybody's not using weights and equipment. A lot of times you can get in great shape, and especially women, you get in even better shape with no equipment, because having those weights all the time kind of gives you that, you start lifting weights, it puts that muscle on you. So sometimes you don't necessarily need muscle in certain places. And when you start doing that, you get comfortable with building muscle in certain areas. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, that's unnecessary. You probably don't need to be putting on size. You can be nice and defined, but it doesn't need to grow. And weights make stuff grow. You know what I'm saying? So keep that in mind. Anyway, listen, this was 30 minutes. I didn't even think nobody's going to come to this chat. I appreciate y'all. If you guys have any questions, again, leave them in the comments below so that I can have, more content for my next video coming up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I appreciate you guys coming here. I'm moving. I think I'm almost up to 35,000 now. So eventually, if I get to 100, I might cry. But I'll see you guys soon. And don't forget to download your ebooks and your Kelly Brown Naturals meal prep containers. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.